Hi, and welcome to our soul alignment session for December, our last one for the year. And this time we're talking about that Gemini full moon energy. So if you're new here, hi, hello, I'm Jena. I am your mentor, teacher, and guide here. And our soul alignment sessions are all about how to get our energy aligned to the cosmic energy that is currently around us. And it helps us to just experience life maybe a little bit more smoothly. So this Gemini full moon energy is really coming at the throat chakra for this full moon. So what I am feeling with this and how I see it connecting to that Gemini energy, our dear air sign friends of the Gemini species, we know they like to talk. And that talking, that communication, that sharing their beliefs, ideas, visions, dreams, like it's really hitting our throat chakra this time with this full moon energy. And it is calling us to really be authentic in how we are speaking and communicating and sharing with the world. So now is a great time to be looking at the ways that maybe you hold yourself back in your communication. And I feel like a lot of people do that. We've become very sensitive to what we share, how open we are with sharing what we really feel and believe. And I think a lot of that stems from, the 2020 time when, a lot of people were losing friendships for differing beliefs and following different paths and things like that. And I know I definitely experienced that myself. So when we were sharing what we thought, what we were thinking, what we were feeling, all of a sudden people were becoming offended and then not wanting to be friends with you anymore. And it made us a little bit more, I think, guarded with sharing our own truth and pieces of ourself. And so anyone that was experiencing that, and I think a lot of people were now being given this gift, this opportunity with the alignment of the energies right now to be able to readjust and reassess and realign to our own inner truth and come back to it from a place of I get to share my feelings and my beliefs too. I get to take up space too. I get to honor my own authenticity. And so let's unpack that word a little bit too. I shared a little bit about authenticity and my own view of that, and as well as some opinions and beliefs of my own that I think ruffled a couple of feathers for some people. But I love to do that. Like that's part of my work and part of who I am and what I am meant to do here is to be the challenger, is to challenge people's beliefs and ideas. Because when we become complacent and we stop questioning, we're no longer growing, we're no longer evolving. And anytime that really starts to take hold, I'm like, oh no, stuff needs to be shaken up so that we can figure out what the next thing is. And so a lot of times when I'm sharing things like that, I do it with purpose, and I know that I'm going to get some backlash for what I share from the people that it's meant to kind of shake up and stir up so that they can start to see those thoughts and things that are running through their own minds, that they have made attachments and beliefs and maybe clinging to things that need to be reassessed. So I do it from a place of, also holding space for it's totally okay to be where you are, to have the beliefs that you have. My sole purpose is not to change anyone's beliefs, but rather create the space for change and growth and transformation and evolution. And that is it. I'm not attached to any one particular person changing and evolving and growing. It's just that is the energy that I bring whenever I'm doing this work, whenever I am sharing from a place of being of service. It is about challenging the status quo of the beliefs. And to me, authenticity looks like what is aligned with you, what is your inner truth, and do you know yourself well enough to be able to know when your head or your heart is out of alignment and it's being expressed through your communication? And can you bring yourself back to that place of alignment? Can you find that authentic voice within yourself that is able to speak your truth and speak it from a place of clarity so that you're able to communicate the message you're meant to get across? And so for me, authenticity is when your feelings, your beliefs, your mental, emotional self are connected, they're aligned, and you're also taking the aligned action steps. Like all of that to me is required to be in that authentic state. But what I see and what I witness a lot is people diluting themselves, myself included. This has been a moon for me that has really opened my eyes to, wow, I have really been diluting myself down out of fear of losing more people. But at the same time, if you're having to dilute yourself, you're not surrounded by the right people, because the people that truly love you and support you and want to see your growth, they're not going to matter whether or not you are always in agreement with everything they believe. You're not always in agreement with them. You don't need to always be in agreement with them. My favorite times in friendships are when we have disagreements about things and I get to learn to see things from a different perspective. I love that. That is fuel to my fire. So I love friends that can say, I hear what you're saying and I can see that, but have you thought about it from this way? That is the way to my heart. So with this Gemini energy, we are seeing different perspectives. We're seeing and witnessing how that truth resides within ourselves. We're seeing and experiencing how we can communicate more clearly from our own place of inner truth, and maybe how we've been holding that back. So that is what I'm feeling with this full moon energy and this Gemini vibe with it. So for me, this is really heavy on the throat chakra. How can you align the head and the heart to communicate clearly through the throat chakra? And so I know, as an energy practitioner that's been doing energy work for over 20 years in a practice full time, like the most common breakdown that I see when it comes to energy is the connection between the head and the heart. That is a common one for a lot of people because it's really hard to have your head and your heart in an aligned state sometimes, because your head might want one thing and your heart wants another. And so how do you bring that into alignment? And so that's what we're seeing with this energy right now. What is your heart's desire and what does your mind think that you want? And how can we get them on board to work together? Right? So this is a lot with even nervous system practices, right? Doing somatic work, working with the mental thought processes, and then also working with the emotional state, the feeling state of the person as well. And so to me, that it interlaps, it intertwines energy and somatics. There's so much that just overlaps with it. And it's part of what I love about it, because it starts teaching the hows and whys behind the energy aspect of things. But for me, being able to help people come into recognizing their own energy body self makes it a little bit easier when we're working with energy to address like the energetic components that make us who we are. So when we're feeling that disconnect at the throat, if you're feeling like you have a hard time communicating your truth, putting things into words, describing what's in your head or describing what your feelings are, then this throat chakra work is for you. So let's take a moment to tune into what that throat chakra work is going to be like. So I have a stone that I pulled out sitting here. This is Amazonite or Amazonite, depending on how you want to pronounce it. It's a beautiful shade of like aqua and some white that runs through it. And I love working with the stone. It is known as the stone of truth. It helps you to speak your truth and communicate clearly. So it is a great stone to work at for this full moon energy. And to use it to help you come into your own state of inner truth. What does that look like for you? And that's what we're going to work with today. So if this is your first time here, we're going to do a little energy meditation to come into that aligned state, to drop into the energy body self. And then I'll guide you through some healing around the throat energy and connecting that head and heart. So take a few moments to get comfortable. And we're going to start by inviting a deeper breath into the body. So letting go of all the outside stuff, setting just a few moments aside for you to really come into your own practice right now. So taking a few moments to just breathe and invite that breath down into the belly as deep as you can, inhaling fully and completely and exhaling fully and completely. And allowing yourself to just start coming into the resonance of your breath. And as you allow the breath to slow down and deepen, you'll find yourself becoming more and more relaxed. And we're going to begin to follow the breath into the body, feeling that space just in front of the spine, that space that is the Sushumna channel, that central column of light. And as you come into that space just in front of the spine, let's begin to feel the length of that energy as it runs the entire length of the spine from the tailbone all the way up through the neck and into the crown of the head. And as you come into the awareness of this energy within you, you might find yourself sitting up a little bit taller as you feel the length of this column of light within you. And now taking a moment to send this energy down past the tailbone, down into the earth beneath you, connecting into that earth star chakra that is about a foot beneath you in the earth. This glowing deep burgundy red energy within the earth that is so nurturing and comforting. Helps to ground you and anchor you here. And as you connect into that energy, letting go of anything that needs to be released, anything that you're ready to let go of. Begin then to receive the energy of that earth star chakra back up into your energy body self, that energy that is comforting and nurturing and nourishing to your energy body. It's revitalizing and rejuvenating. As that deep burgundy red energy begins to flow up through the central column of light, nurturing and nourishing each one of your energy centers all the way up. As it fills your entire body with that energy that is super comforting. It allows you to relax a little more deeply. It offers that bit of surrender that helps you to let go just a little bit more. Now beginning to feel into the fullness of that central column of light now, extending that energy out beyond the top of the head, beyond the crown chakra, into the soul star chakra, this glowing white orb of energy that's about a foot above your head. This soul star chakra energy is this luminous white light energy that begins to pour down into the crown, bringing with it this amplified energy that is connected to your higher self. It naturally purifies your energy body and prepares you for a higher frequency. So this luminous white light energy begins to pour down into the crown, the third eye, down into the throat and the heart, all the way down the solar plexus, sacral, root chakras, the whole lower body, until you feel that luminous white light energy filling your entire body. We're going to allow that luminous white light energy to travel all the way down and connect into your earth star energy too, combining both the soul star and the earth star together. And recognizing the totality of flow that both of these polarizing energies create within you. Coming up from the earth and coming down from above, flowing through you. And taking a moment here to find that space within you that is your heart energy, your heart space. The center of your being that is your heart. The bridge of the above and below as it flows through you. And as you come into that heart space energy, allowing yourself to just rest in the feeling, the sensation, the energy that is you. And what does that feel like to you in this moment? And as you're nice and relaxed in this energy, allow yourself to explore a little bit more around that connection between your head and your heart. Can you allow yourself to tune into the energy of your third eye chakra, of your head, of your mind's eye, of the mental energy that rests there? And see if you can come up with a word, a feeling, an emotion that connects to that energy that is currently present in the mind. And does that energy feel different than experiencing the energy of your heart? And now come into the connection of the throat chakra, that space that resides between the heart and the head. It is our chakra center that is the first that opens up to something outside the body. So our throat chakra represents the ether, the Akash, the cosmos, that wide open energy. And as you feel into the energy of your throat chakra, just allow yourself to notice the energy of that space for you. Is there a word, an emotion, a feeling, a sensation that you get from your throat chakra? And how does it differ from the energy you feel from the third eye and the heart? If you were to allow yourself to step back and just witness and see the energy of your heart, your throat, and your third eye, what would that look like? Is one of these more open than the others? Is perhaps two more open than another? Are all three wide open? Or is one way more open than it should be? Just allow yourself to take in and notice what those energy centers look, feel, and seem to be for you in this moment. And now can you actively start visualizing energy moving freely between all three? And what energy would your heart send to your throat and to your third eye? What energy would your third eye send to your throat and your heart? And what energy would your throat send to your heart and your third eye? And in this moment, in this energy, take a moment too to recognize, are there ways that you have not allowed for your expression to be the truth? Have you held back your expression? Have you diluted yourself? And in what way can you start showing up more fully in your truth, in your authenticity? Is there a piece or part of you that you need to reclaim your ownership of in order to feel more at peace with your own inner truth? Is there a piece of you that you need to accept, acknowledge, or send love to more fully accept yourself, to be able to express yourself more fully? And is there a word or a phrase that could help you in the future to remember to love this part of yourself, to help you communicate in more truth and authenticity? And allowing yourself to take a deep breath here, reconnecting with the breath in the body, and feeling the energy from the Earth Star pulling back up into that central column of light, and feeling the energy from the Soul Star pulling back down into the crown, and feeling these energies meet and merge at your heart center, that center that is the bridge of the above and below. And holding that energy at the heart as you begin to feel your breath as you breathe in and out. Becoming aware of the body, of your physical self, and allowing yourself to open your eyes, still in this state of coherence with your own inner self, with your own energy body self, with your heart space, and allowing yourself to be present while still holding the space for that energy. And I hope this helped you to learn just a little bit more about you and the ways that this communication right now can be of service to you in your own healing journey, and how you're showing up, and how you can connect more to your own authentic voice within you. All right, guys, take care. I hope you enjoyed, and let me know if you want to share your word or what came through for you. I would love to hear it in the comments, and I will see you next time.